Hello, watercolor artists. I am Lisa Christensen, and I teach watercolor and paper crafts tutorials for anyone that wants to find joy in the creation process and give their creativity to the ones that they love. This week's episode of Mindfulness Watercolor is going to be all about clouds and how to paint them to feel free, to feel calmer. I love using blues as it instantly helps me feel a bit more calm and at peace, which is much needed in this world today. And I can't wait to share some of my tips. I'm also using a special brush that I love. It's called a Deerfoot brush or a stippler brush from Zim Brushes, and we are using Brighter Day Pigments watercolor. So let's get started. All right, so welcome to Monday Mindfulness Watercolor. Today I want to paint a beautiful sky. I want to be able to just feel free and feel loved, and so I am using, this is Cobalt Mica by Brighter Day Pigments, but you can use whatever blue makes you happy. And really what I'm doing is I'm just going to get some water on the paper. I really just want to get some water and some pigment on the paper so it just frees my mind up a little bit. And it's okay. And while I start, I'm just thinking about maybe the landscape that I want to paint. And I'm letting my mind really kind of just be in the moment. That's what I'm doing. All right, so another tip that I love about watercolor mindfulness is that nothing has to be perfect and nothing is set in stone, and this is a great way to practice. This is also a great way to just kind of share your love of watercolor, and you're just in the moment. That's the point, is you're in the moment. You're not thinking about anything, and you're letting the pigments just bring you a lot of joy. And because I like to have a little bit of an anchor, I don't mind painting all skies, but I do like having an anchor. So I'm going to use this green chrome, and I'm just going to act like maybe this is a tree line, or maybe they're mountains. I don't know, mountains or trees. It's just a nice little silhouette of a landscape, and I'm using a lot of water here. And in a little bit, I think maybe now I might even go in with this cobalt violet and just kind of add some of that in, just to give it a little bit of a, like, a very loose watercolor look. I'm not going to worry about green getting into my sky. In fact, I'll just wipe it away because it's pretty. And it's going to dry a lot lighter, and we're going to go with the second layer, and we're going to use a Deerfoot brush, or I'm going to use a Deerfoot brush, and I'll show you how to use it and why I think everyone needs one. But right now I'm just focusing on the pigment on the paper. Ooh, I love how that whooshes on the paper. I'm going to do more of that. And it's just fun. I do like to use this brush to kind of ice skate my brush around the paper. That's a wonderful way to add pigment to your paper and letting the watercolor just do its thing, because you want it to do its thing. There. I'm going to let that part dry, and there's the first wash. So very simple sky. I'm going to let it do its thing. I think up here it's drier, but right in the middle is not. So I will come back to it as soon as it's dry. While I'm taking this mindfulness moment, now's a good time for me to get something to drink. I'm totally in the moment, so I don't want to just stop what I'm doing and do something else. So maybe I will, while it's still wet, I will add in some of this, like some gold or some mica, and I think what I'll do is I will add in some of this really pretty silver. Maybe my clothes are going to look a little gray, and so I want some silver. I don't know. That looks nice. I can also, while it's still wet, I can add some of this orange. I'm going to go with this Venetian red, and maybe I will mix it. Here's some Venetian red. Just a little bit goes a long way. And some cobalt violet. And we're going to mix that. It's going to get very gray. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. So now, it's still a little wet, but I think it'll work. I'm going to take this. This is a size 8 Deerfoot brush. And what it is it's a brush. And it just, it's like a long, it's like a round brush, but it's cut halfway at an angle so that you can get in and make some really pretty skies. So that's what I'm going to do. This is a brush from Zen Brush, and I just absolutely love it. It's one of my new favorite brushes for skies, and it's called a Deerfoot Stippler. That bluer, grayer sky. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, like, the more I press, the more water that comes out, but I just want a little bit here and there. So that's why it's called a stippler. You're just going to, like, stipple it on, and you get a really pretty cloud look. Oh, that's so lovely. I can also use it and kind of swirl it like that if I wanted to. But I really like using it as a stippler. I think that's going to look beautiful. And maybe I'll do a little bit over here as well. And I can get really small. And maybe a little bit more over here. I feel like when it's cloudy like this, you get kind of a lot of fun shapes. Yeah. Oh, makes perfect skies. Go into here and just make some more of these skies like this. This azure blue is very opaque, so it can do some really fun things. I'm going to rinse my brush off. I'm going to kind of soften up these lines a little bit so they look more like a cloud. But it's easy to do with this brush, and I don't feel like I have to be very delicate. I can just kind of make it, and wowee, does it look like skies. And I'm going to add in some of that darker blue right into here. But I will say that brushes do make all the difference sometimes, so I feel good about that. Let's go over here a little bit. I'm gonna make a sky right, maybe right here. Make a cloud. Yeah. And I'll make one more. I'll make kind of a just a little one. Something like that. And maybe I'll go into that one. Yeah. It looks very much like a prairie. I like it. Okay, so with the same Deerfoot, I'm going to just make some simple trees, and I'm going to take a green, whatever green you got is fine. I'm just using the green from the National Park one, and I'm just gonna make some trees. I don't know if they're gonna really work the way I wanted to, but yeah. I'm just making a triangle is really what I'm doing. I like it. It's working for me. I can also just make it look like grass, but the but the pigment's too wet on that. So I'll go back and just clean out my edge. I'm going to use a nicer round brush for that. Yeah, I think I need a little bit of cobalt. I'm just going to go all the way down. This is just supposed to be very loose, intuitive, something serene that's going to make you peace, bring you joy. I feel like I could either add some yellow to the sky, so I think I will use some Hands yellow or any bright yellow that you might have. I'm just gonna, almost as if it was just peeking through the cloud a little bit. And I think I'm going to smooth out that edge with a 8 round. And these brushes are from Zim. I'm very happy to be using them. Oh, just a little light touch will do the trick. And I think I'll just bring in it all the way, almost as if it's just the clouds are darkening and you know there wants to be some sunlight, but there just isn't. Yep. Oh, that's really pretty. It reminds me of just like after the rainstorm, the sun is coming out. And you don't need much, you just need a little. I have a pink that I want to use with the yellow, and I think I'm going to have to try it. And that pink is Cotton Candy. So this is from Sweet Tooth, the Sweet Tooth palette, and I'm going to use Cotton Candy just because there, that's a lot. Yeah, it looks like the light is breaking through the clouds, and it looks like we got this little thing happening. I do love this grassy area stuff. I think I might just add some small little branches. So I'll take my number 4. And I'm just going to use my Venetian red with a little bit of blue mixed in. So you can kind of see. That's Venetian red, but it can act as a brown if you mix it with some blue. And then I'm just going to give it some. Oh. And then, because I love grass, I'm going to add some more grass, but it's going to be yellow ochre. Or a ochre type color. Yep, here's my yellow ochre. And I'm still using Deerfoot. There's my ochre. I'm going to start over here. Woo, that was very calming. And then I think with the number 4 brush, I'm going to draw a couple birds right in here. And I'm just going to use the stuff that's left over on my palette. So I'm just going to do like a little pluck. Pluck. And breaks through clouds of strife. There, I like that 100 times better. Alright, and then I would like to give myself a reflection time. So how did I feel when I was painting this? I really felt just calm and peaceful, which the blue will usually calm me if I'm feeling a little anxious or whatever. The color blue will calm me. And because there's mica in it, it really made me just feel peace and joy. It helps when you have the right tools. So using the right brushes really made it so I felt like I was accomplished, that I could do things with just simple watercolor and brushes. And so I felt like this was a very great painting to just sit and do. And I just recommend doing a reflection. How did whatever make you feel? Like if you made a mistake, did you persevere? Did you work through it? I worked through my bird mistake, and I think it's better, right? I went too much real fast and I wasn't paying attention, but that's okay. But I was able to fix it and I persevered. So anyways, that was like a life lesson where I was like, yeah, things can get kind of messy, but we work through it and we do the best that we can. So anyways, I enjoyed this, and it really taught me to just slow down, look at the pigment on the paper, play with your favorite pigments, play with your favorite brushes, maybe try a new brush and see what happens. And anyways, I hope you do a reflection. A reflection really does help you move onward and upward. Thank you so much for watching.